minutes.
Give us a break, Peter. There's 3 and a bit quarters to go.
Well, I said they had a good start, Robbo. Nothing more.
Manson again in the ruck. Free kick to Manson.
Doing well.
Started very well, hasn't he?
Won't be long before Salmon's on the ball.
As you might be right. Wanganeen takes the mark. Gets one too high anyway. He'd already played the mark. Harvey runs past, expecting the hand pass. None comes. Just off the edge of the square. Ruse was the big flyer from the back. Broderick to Gale. Not a good kick off the boot. In fact, not really to the advantage of the side in the end. Thompson puts it down the throat of Grenvold. Grenvold at left centre wing. Target is kick it. Gets underneath the ball. Zanotti overruns it, as does Michael Long. Gale again off the ground, past Alessio. Whistle is gone. Umpire calls play on. The Roy's doing it well. Gale's kick down to Manson. Manson at right half forward. 2 kicks from there to goal. Goes for the hand pass. Ruse through heavy traffic. Up to half forward. Lynch. Oh, great mark. Strong hands.
Michael Long was very sloppy back there at half forward, wasn't he? He could have bent down and at least tried to put his hands on the football and try to kick it off the ground.
Here's a mark again, Robbo. Yeah, they must work a lot harder across half-back, Essendon, across Fitzroy's half-back, because they're running the ball out very easy. And as you say that, Robbo, Michael Long's been taken from the ground, so they've made 2 changes. Danaher's already off the ground. He was replaced by Simons. And now coming on for Essendon, replacing Michael Long, is Mark McCurry.
So Alistair Lynch for his second goal. He's kicked 1-2 so far, and he's now kicked 2-2. 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 21 points the difference. 7 effective scoring shots, and Essendon's only score is a rush behind.
Oh, what a start by the Lions. This man's been in everything. James Manson starting things in the centre square, and also with his excellent high marking. Paul Roos from half-back has had plenty of possessions, and Alistair Lynch finishing off the good work with some strong marks at full forward.
And Bernie Manson, 5 marks, 3 kicks and 5 hand passes. And getting a couple of effective knockouts from that centre too. Essendon strive to get it clear, but it's Broderick. Bashes it forward again. Wanganeen just a little touch, which was to Harvey's advantage, but the ball rebounds. Boyd's kick off the side of his boot, wobbles into Wanganeen's arms, away for Flood. Flood's kick out wide. Ollerenshaws lost his boot. Favoured by the bounce. Ricky Ollerenshaw kicks towards half forward. Marcus taken by Buick. So a bit of effective forward play there. Buick's kick into the centre of the ground. Maybe a little risky. Denham goes for Mercedes. Mercedes to full forward. Good pass, good lead, and good football eventually by the Bombers. Lands the ball with Salmon, and he has a chance to kick their first goal.
Well, the first constructive forward move really by the Bombers, who struggled to get the ball out of the middle. And I thought Salmon may have even had a run on the ball at this stage, Robbo, because really they've had nothing happening from the centre bounce.
Mightn't have been too far away, Bernie.
That's true, Peter, but Paul Salmon, he kicked 10 goals in his last appearance here at the MCG against Geelong.
What a game that was.
Nice little kick by Mercedes to put the ball with Salmon from 40 metres. Salmon's shot is close. And it's a goal. No, it's not. It's a point, is it? 1 behind. Salmon. He's not too happy with that, Paul Salmon.
The crowd was pretty happy behind the goals, weren't they?
Yeah, maybe they're all Fitzroy people down there, huh?
I think there's a lot of Essendon colours there, Robbo. Maybe they're trying to sway the goal umpire's decision.
Paxman now to kick the ball back into play. Goes to the centre-half back region. And a good effort by Johnston playing against his old side. David Johnston, who was heralded as probably Fitzroy's best player a couple of weeks ago in a tight game they played against Melbourne. Kick towards half forward, nearly McCarthy. Ollerenshaw and Mercedes. Mercedes' little kick out for Watson. Watson in the clear, goes long, and Hurd should take the mark. Handball away for Buick. Buick from 50 metres. Buick's kick just offline and through for 1 behind. So now it's Essendon's turn to kick inaccurately. 3-4 to 3 points. Fitzroy lead by 19 points.
Paxman to kick in again. 7 minutes left in the term. Ruse makes it lead. He's gone to the outer side. Marking contest. Ruse in front. Alessio paddles it out wide. Shaw's hand pass into space. Kick it. A quick kick, but off target, and the goal umpire did a 10-metre sprint to tell us that he's kicked only one behind.
Just starting to get a bit more of the footy, the Bombers, aren't they?
Yes, and wasting opportunities too, Robbo. So maybe the ledge is square at the moment with Fitzroy's early misses, and now the last few misses by Essendon.
They need 3 goals though, because that's what they trailed by. Alessio in front, can't take the mark. Denham gets clear, chips it out in front. Kick it should mark, and does. Plays on. Shot at goal, looks pretty good. We'll have to wait on the goal umpire this time. It's a goal. Bombers.
Fitzroy get the ball up towards full forward. Punched away by Wanganeen. Denham in there. Will get clear and kicks it back near the centre of the ground. Alessio, top effort, Manson, and arrogantly gets the ball out to Armstrong. Armstrong round onto the left foot. Kicks it to the front of the square. Up high, Lynch couldn't take the mark. Wind was held. Ball finishes now with Flood. Away for O'Donnell. O'Donnell quickly goes for the boundary line, and it will bounce over in front of Hills and Johnston. We'll have a throw in about 70 metres around from the Fitzroy goal.
James Manson, Robbo, 6 marks already in this first quarter.
Gee,
great stuff.
Good effort over
wasn't
there,
it? Yeah,
wasn't
he looked completely out of the contest.
I think he's a confidence player too, isn't he? And he's had a great start.
He thrives on enthusiasm, James Manson. It really goes through the team.
Contest, Boyd and O'Donnell. Boyd may have the job on O'Donnell. Little kick into the path of Johnston. And fumbles maybe, well, gets it away to Lyon. Lyon's kick, discipline to the front of the goals. Lynch and Flood. Flood may go off the ground. Fumbles. Jimmy Wind, off the ground. Lynch is a free kick against him. Bad luck, Alistair Lynch. He knew as soon as he did that he'd made a little error, and the ball is with Denham. Denham in the right back pocket for the Bombers. A high kick out towards the half-back region. Alessio punches from behind. McCarthy gathers. Handball away. Dundas has gone. O'Donnell infringed against Dundas, and Dundas will take the free kick. Quickly, Matthew Dundas gets past O'Donnell. Goes towards full forward. Harvey and Wheildon. Harvey punches. Jimmy Wine in the back against Denham, was it? Yes.
Well, she might have been lucky to get away with one a little bit earlier there, Robbo. About 2 minutes earlier, Denham was pretty severe in the tackle on Jimmy Wine.
Well, Essendon must have a lot of respect for Jimmy Wine's possessions, because they've got a guy...
Oh, gee, was there much in that?
Well, you wonder whether the guy's falling first, don't you?
Yeah, well, pretty hard to tell, wasn't it?
Wind from the right forward pocket goes across the face. He does score, but it must have just scraped in. Jimmy Wine gets his first score of the night. That's a behind. So 3-5 to 1-4, 13 points in Fitzroy's favour with 4 minutes left in the first term.
Been a good first quarter, Salmon. As Flood kicks in. Fish the target, flips it over the back, but it's all Fitzroy. Certainly the numbers at the fall of the ball. Broderick over to Gale, shepherded by McCarthy. Dundas marks in front. Accidental collision. Ball from Assumption College. Too far out to score. Lynch the target again. Tried to outmark from behind. It's a bomber mark to Harvey.
Good effort.
He's probably just going too deep into the pocket there with that pass.
Salmon. Well, you predicted it earlier, Bernie, having a run on the ball. Run the operative word. Shaw does the shepherding, but he kicks into the man on the mark.
Salmon.
Great stuff by Boyd, wasn't it, Robbo?
Yep.
And that's the type of thing that Fitzroy's been doing all year. Their team spirit has been magnificent. Paul Salmon just finessing there a little bit, as you said, Peter, just having a bit of a run there. And maybe just finessing a little bit too much. But
well, Bernie, what happened was that he had no one to kick it to.
Well, then you go long and you go wide, don't you, Robbo?
Oh,
you go for the safety.
I would have probably, if you're hesitating, kick it out here.
Yeah,
but,
that's exactly right.
You have to give credit to Fitzroy around the middle of the field. They had all the Essendon blokes manned up.
So Boyd kicks from 49 metres. It's got the carry, and Fitzroy has the goal.
Lynch had a couple and Wheildon 2 in the opening quarter. Boyd got one and kick it for Essendon. Let's go back to the match, the start of the second term.
The second quarter from the MCG begins with Fitzroy leading by 25 points. Lynch has 2 goals, and the Doc Wheildon also has 2. So an important quarter for the Bombers. They must get a good start. Wine gets collared by O'Donnell, and the umpire says the ball was held to him. A stalemate. and we'll see a bounce only about 3 or 4 metres away from the centre circle before an excellent crowd here at the MCG. Last week we had 44,000. I wouldn't be surprised if it's pretty close to 50 for tonight's matchup in round 10. 4th against 7th. Hills was up high. O'Donnell, a quick kick smothered by Lyon. Fitzroy have done everything right so far. Oliver and Shaw. On to Buick. On to Thompson. Thompson down towards right half forward. And the mark has been taken by Mark McCurry. And maybe within kicking distance. You can see there in the wide shot about 45 metres from goal.
Could have nearly played on.
Could have.
Yes, not without a chance here. He'll be kicking from about 47, 48 metres probably, Mark McCurry.
It's a great goal from the boundary at the other end last week. He was right on the boundary line. Let's see what he can do here. So distance shouldn't be a problem for him. It's not, but accuracy is. And through for only 1 behind. That would have been a handy goal to start the second quarter. Mark McCurry's first score of the night. 1-5 to 5-5. So a difference of 4 even goals. Paxman prepares to kick in.
Even though you mentioned there was no breeze blowing, Peter, I just get the feeling the ball going a little bit further down that right-hand end.
Well, Thompson chips in to take the mark. So a chance again for Essendon.
Player on his own in the pocket was Hurd. It was a good kick by Thompson. He spotted him well in advance.
Right.
Hurd was back there with about 5 metres space.
I just don't know with the zone defence which Essendon is employing from the kickoffs whether it's a very good idea from Paxman at fullback kicking straight down the ground. Because if there is a turnover, it sets it up just beautifully here for Essendon.
Well, Hurd shot for goal, and he's done it quite nicely. James Hurd kicks his first goal, pulls Essendon back to within 18 points of Fitzroy.
20th goal of the year.
He's a very good player, James Hurd there. Again, we see this in replay, Robbo. Essendon covering up most of the options there. I think you really go for a long kick to the outer side of the ground where it makes it more difficult to employ an attacking move into the forward line. So Paxman, I think we'll have to have a think about that one.
So Hurd getting the goal and a valuable one for Essendon. Long back on the ground with Gale, but it's going to be a Fitzroy ball. Their defence has been excellent. Taken away by Dunstan from Roos. Dunstan's kick up towards the centre wing position. Buick mark or free kick against Lyon.
Good courage there shown by Darren Buick going back with the flight of the ball. A free kick against Ross Lyon.
Buick right on centre wing, right on the CUB emblem. Oh, lovely mark taken by Seacamp.
Derek Kickett.
Yes, he didn't really show much there, did he, Derek Kickett?
Seacamp did. Salmon.
James Manson with a few words back to Seacamp there after that kick.
Elliott punches the ball down. Masiti. O'Donnell. Out wide, Hills has taken the mark.
Well spotted, wasn't it, by Gary O'Donnell? He just put the hand up in the air there, Hills.
Too far out, Bernie?
He kicks the ball a fair distance, this fellow, but he'll be kicking from 55, 56. Probably will test him, I think, Pete. Maybe just too far.
Mark Roberts kicked a beauty for North Melbourne at the other end with a spiral punt last week. That hasn't come off the boot too well. No mark taken in the goal square. Oliver and Shaw snap and gets the goal. Just what Essendon needed. Oliver and Shaw's first. And the Bombers come 6 points closer at the G.
It's a much better start to the quarter by Essendon, especially with Salmon in the ruck. That's probably made the difference. There's Hills just going for a little bit too much from 55, 56 metres, wobbled off the boot a bit. Oliver and Shaw, another one of the promising young Essendon players, snapping truly on the left boot. And I think Salmon is making the difference. A big thump away from the last centre bounce.
Well, he's certainly got the height advantage over jumping James Manson. Manson this time gets the tap out for McCarthy. Boyd is caught, gets the handball away for Armstrong. McCarthy in trouble, but backing up well was Dunstan. Dunstan shot for goal, onto the goal line. The mark is taken back there by Wheildon. And it's certainly okay inside the field of play. Play on now, he's going to be forced to kick quickly. He does. Snapshot right across the face and out of bounds in the opposite forward pocket. And Ollerenshaw trying to take advantage to run on is being asked by the central umpire to go back and kick over the man on the mark. Ricky Ollerenshaw. Out wide, looking for Salmon, but chipping in and taking a good mark was McCarthy. And again, Manson doing some good work there, keeping Salmon away from the marking contest. McCarthy goes for the big spiral torpedo. Wheildon up high. Harvey's got the football. Can't break clear. Can now. Hand pass wide. Thompson running in support Wanganeen, but Thompson goes long, out towards the wing. Grenvold bumped off the football. The ball spills over the boundary line and we'll have a throw-in. David Grenvold and Paul Hills. Out of bounds between wing and half forward, slightly favouring Fitzroy. Salmon and Manson. Salmon gets the tap out, looks for Grenvold. Players diving on the football. Jimmy Wind appealing for the free kick. Not forthcoming. Throw it in, boundary umpire. Out there, Meeson and O'Leary, the boundary umpires. Field umpires, Dorr and McKernan. O'Donnell applies the tackle. Umpire decides to bounce. Darren Buick asking a few questions. On the bottom of all that, Matthew Armstrong. Hasn't he recovered well from what looked to be pretty severe last week?
That's amazing. Yeah, it's quite amazing. Apparently his leg went numb after that knock to the thigh. It looked very serious when he was carried off.
It's a great effort to come back. Actually, many of us didn't think he'd be lining up tonight, but here he is. Gets clear of Buick. Dundas. Oh, has he got a finger out of that just before it went over the boundary line? He did, just, and so it will be thrown in about 65 to 70 metres from goal. 19 minutes left in the first half. Great game of football now. Fitzroy getting the 25-point break in the first quarter. Essendon coming back well with Salmon in the ruck in the second. Broderick and Buick nearly legged. The redhead plays on. Seacamp and Kickett. Two West Australians. Ball out of bounds on centre wing. Haven't seen too much of Kickett tonight. 23 plays 35.
He's got to lift a bit. He's had 2 kicks, 1 mark, but not necessarily in possessions, certainly in effort.
Manson. G's doing well. Masiti gets cannoned into. Could have almost got a free kick there. Mercuri gives away the hand pass. Now it's Watson's turn. Takes the hand pass at midfield. Down towards full forward. And mark is taken by Ruse. Alessio looks for a free kick.
It's against Alessio. It's going the other way to Steve Paxman.
Paxman. Interesting decision. Fitzroy going to get out of it again. Elliott taking the hand pass. Oh, Alessio nearly pulls.
Flirting with danger there. Flirting with danger though, Pete. Fitzroy, a couple of hand passes putting their teammates in extreme danger of being tackled.
Johnston to Seacamp. Well, they made a meal of that. That was nearly a throw too. The umpire says play on. Essendon fans not too happy. Now they'll get clear. Seacamp again. The Doc. Oh, great mark.
Terrific stuff from Wheildon. He's really given Harvey the runaround, Doc Wheildon.
Gee, he's on fire. He's not too tall, but I tell you what, he's got a great pair of hands and he's quick.
And he nearly swapped the Essendon defenders, I reckon. Harvey and Flood.
Yeah, it may be time.
Lynch making a lead. He's ignored that. 7 marks he's taken so far and 7 kicks. Again, Lynch leads.
Probably too far out, I would think, Peter, but all the options up forward are being covered. Oh no, here's one to Lynch now.
He led 3 times. Well, I guess he just had it too long. He's put it out of bounds on the full.
Well, even I think a centering kick has to be the preferred option there. Like he's put him deep into that pocket anyway. I think you just ignore those leads.
So Masiti takes the free for Essendon. Under 17 minutes left in the second quarter. That's a good mark. Mercuri from left half back. Hurd can't take it. Ball spills free. Lyon, good use of the body. Enables Gale to effect a hand pass. Wasn't a particularly good one. Fitzroy gained about 15 metres, but it's out of bounds on centre wing, out of side.
Paul Ruse, who's had a pretty good start. Yes, Alistair Lynch just becoming a little frustrated there because too many of his teammates getting into the area where he would like to lead to. Here's a chance for Mercuri. Lovely weighted hand pass. Wanganeen shrugs the tackle. He was determined. They're kicking towards half forward. Hurd. He's probably a little bit closer to the centre than at half forward. Now he kicks it in towards full forward. Marking contest. Up goes Alessio. Punched away by that Fitzroy defence. Masiti over the top. Ollerenshaw's a chance. Goes for goal. Ricky Ollerenshaw. And he's put it through. He's kicked his second. Fitzroy by 15 points. 16 3/4 minutes left in the third quarter. Up high Alessio, taken by Dunstan, and he runs away with the football and kicks it in towards half forward for the Lions. Out strong at the football, Wheildon. Oh, over the top line. Went back and got it again. Kicking towards half forward. No mark taken. Jams it. Oh, James Manson. Couldn't get the words out. Wanganeen. Good punch on Wine. Strong at the football, Michael Long. Johnston. Mark taken by Wanganeen? No.
You were talking the way James kicked there, Robbo.
Wobbly.
Very wobbly.
Wanganeen goes across the goal front. Flood. Now Harvey. Having a little bit of trouble handling those pacey Fitzroy forwards. Seacamp on Watson, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Armstrong in trouble. He came off the ground just a minute ago. Ross Glendinning.
Yes, Robbo. Armstrong certainly worried by that left thigh and the top of the thigh and the hip area, which he got a bad cork in the first part of that second quarter. So obviously not being able to run freely, so he's off.
McCarthy takes the ball over the boundary line.
Started well and has
Gone out of it a bit.
Unsighted for a quarter and a bit.
Harvey with McCarthy. Won by Harvey. Dundas is in the road. Sharks it well at midfield. Long up towards full forward, and the mark taken by Grenvold. Misiti. And the up-and-comers at Windy Hill. Seacamp. And that time Mark McCurry seeing the ball over the boundary line on centre wing. 15 minutes left in the third quarter. Great game of football this. Some tremendous matches here on Friday night at the MCG in this season. Denham, second attempt. A rebound there. Off the ground, probably from Broderick. Harvey doesn't get the bounce he wanted. Gets ridden into the ground. No free kick for it. Essendon supporters were certainly looking for one. However, they'll be quite happy now that Oliver Shaw has taken the mark. And goes quickly with a hand pass. Denham once more. Straight down the ground this time. Fitzroy with the numbers. Roos to Lynch. Captain and vice-captain. Dundas. Boy from Assumption. McCarthy. Just speaking about him, if he can produce something, got not much on offer, so has to go long. Oh.
He's killed him, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, great game, Doc Wheildon. 11 marks.
11 marks. Not much of him, but a good pair of hands. And I'd say Bernie, he looks fitter than I've seen him in his AFL career.
He's just kept moving around, and that's what a forward's supposed to do. Makes the target for the defender so difficult to mind.
He's going to kick here. Well, not much, the way it came off the boot. Thompson got one too high, and one would have suggested a free kick was in the offing. It is. So Bomber Thompson from half back. Doesn't get too much distance with the kick. Wheildon will get a mark or a free kick. Take your pick.
Well, we'll give him the mark, I think. 12 marks to Doc Wheildon. It was a shocking kick off the boot, wasn't it? I don't think he'll go for the torpedo this time, Doc. Not a percentage kick.
Well, he hasn't. He's gone over to Broderick, who's no closer to goal. Probably a kick and a half from the goal for him. Lynch making a lead.
Broderick goes for the torpedo punt kick. It falls in short. Goes over the top of the players' heads, and Flood is prepared to give away a behind. And in a fairly low-scoring contest, that just might be important. Anthony Danaher just stretching the muscles there. Maybe to make another appearance. Flood comes to the near side. Looking out here for Alessio. Up high, can't take the mark. Ball rebounds for Harvey. In turn Hills, you're in trouble. All sorts of trouble. Caught with a footy and could not possibly get rid of it fairly. So the free kick will go to Fitzroy. And this guy has played a fair game.
Terrific game.
Stats not all that impressive, but 9 and 4.
The defensive side of his game is excellent.
And he's kicked 2 goals too. Ball with Johnston. Short pass into the vacant area. Goes through. Thompson. Manson. Handball wide. Taken now by Mercuri. Away from Misiti. Misiti short kick. And he finds Long at right half back. Anthony Danaher in the centre of the ground, but he goes shorter still for Harvey. Harvey with no one really to kick to. He's going to have to go long and high. At the back, Simons couldn't take the mark, but Gale's there to mop up for Fitzroy. Hand pass is inaccurate. Long tapping it in front of himself. Gathers. Little hand pass for Simons. Got some time? No, he hasn't. Good stuff, McCarthy. Ball spills for Dunstan. Dunstan takes a risk into the centre of the ground.
Oh, dangerous kick.
A free kick to Anthony Danaher.
Wasn't it? A dangerous kick from Dunstan.
Had to be spot on. Anthony Danaher's kick. No mark taken.
Oh.
Good stuff, Gale. Just wanted the footy ever so desperately, and his kick finds Dundas. Fitzroy rebounding. Dundas, player on his own. Centre half forward guard. Into an open goal goes Jeremy Guard, and bang, it's a goal.
Goal of the night, that one.
One for Essendon, and when we go back to the match, a little under 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, it's Essendon 10-9, trailing Fitzroy 13-8, the margin 17 points.
Flood. Just a little concerned about where he's going to kick it to. Now he decides to come to the members' side of the ground, looking for Anthony Danaher. Ball rebounds, Buick. Dragged off the football, Lynch. Simons is underneath all that, and will resist.
Hills, yeah. Trip.
He was buried there by his a former Essendon player there in David Johnson.
Kick from left half back to a crowded centre wing position, and Hurd, good pair of hands, clean grab. O'Donnell goes goalwards. Where's the fish? There he is. Great chest mark.
Outstanding prospect, isn't he, James Hurd?
Gee, that was great vision, wasn't it?
Oh, no doubt. He is an outstanding player. He's picked up at number 79 in the draft from Ainsley in the ACT.
Third generation Essendon player, actually, isn't he?
I was talking to a couple of the Sydney boys last week, and they said, how come he didn't end up in the Sydney Swans colours? You know, he's about a 2-hour drive from Sydney to Canberra, or a 3-hour drive, and yet he somehow managed to get to Essendon.
Well, Manson coming off the ground, he ran off like a stall gift runner, and Danny Morton coming back on. And let's stay with Salmon. Can he make it his third? Goal umpire says he can. 3-2 to Paul Salmon. And again, is Essendon's most effective forward. 11-9 to 13-8.
It's all Salmon's goals coming in this third quarter. He's kicked 3 goals, 2 for the game, 3 goals, 1 in this third quarter. There's, well, maybe Paul Roos just not guarding that mark fiercely enough, allowing James Hurd to get that hand pass away a little bit too easily, and setting up that goal for Paul Salmon.
Well, it was reminiscent of some of the hand passes that Greg Williams has delivered. He's one of the great exponents of the hand pass, and it was great work by Hurd. Bounce in the centre. Denham couldn't get the kick away. Buick, Derek Kickett, Hills, in turn O'Donnell. O'Donnell's kick goes wide. Simons and Zanotti. Still the ball is in the field of play. Zanotti gets it for Dunstan. Dunstan goes along the boundary line. McCarthy, Hills, Denham runs and then kicks in the Hurd direction, and Hurd marks. Hand pass into the path of Thompson. Thompson's little kick looks for Salmon, punched away. Watson, what can Timmy Watson do? He can kick a goal. Second goal to Watson, and it would be the closest margin, I would think. Bernie now, what, 5 points?
Yeah, no doubt. Not bad from the elder statesman there. Timmy, he's kicked 2 goals also, both coming in this third quarter. There's a kick a little bit too severe there for Paul Salmon, but great stuff from Tim. Of course, had last year out of football. He started off at half-back, played centre-half-back in the first half, moved to half-forward, and now has kicked 2 goals for Essendon.
For the third time in the night, it's less than a kick. On the other 2 occasions, Fitzroy has burst away. What can they do this time? But it's Buick out of the centre for Essendon. Onto Harvey. Are the Bombers finding something? Great intercept from Lynch. Grubs it, I would say, almost deliberately down towards full forward. Opportunity for Morton. That's his first touch in the AFL, and he takes it over the boundary line. Came on just before half-time for a minute and a half. Hasn't it a kick yet?
That settled Essendon half-back line certainly look a little rattled when the ball goes down there quickly, don't they?
Yeah, there's probably both ends of the ground. If you can get the ball down there quickly, you're going to catch some defenders out.
True enough. It's in the Roy's right forward pocket. Danaher, hit Wheildon on the head. Dundas should go from there. Doesn't have to pick it up. Goes off the ground and touched. So Bomber fans breathe a sigh of relief. Behind to Fitzroy, and that makes the difference an even goal. 12-9 to 13-9 at the G. Under 3 minutes. Left before three-quarter time. Flood. Danaher. Not as long a kick as he can deliver. Lynch with the big fly. Play on. Long. Around Zanotti. Centering kick. Not well delivered. Watson, who's kicked two. Harvey, outside 50. Can he kick one from there? Over the top with a hand pass to Mercedes. Has to get onto his right foot. Turns, kicks and goes, and the score's a level.
Oh, dear.
It is part of the Carlton.
Got a point just before three-quarter time. A point the difference as we start the final term. Let's go back to the G.
88 plays 87 in favour of Fitzroy. And led by 23 points at the main change, but the Bombers, with a 7-goal third quarter, have pegged them back. So first goal vital. Ross Lyon flips it out of the pack. Taken by Gale, who bounces it up towards the edge of the square. Kick it back on for the Bombers. Haven't seen too much of him tonight. They need more out of him. Grenvold kicks to half forward. Hurd, yes, he's taken the mark.
Well, that's a great mark, wasn't it, Robbo? Yeah. He is an extremely promising player, James Hurd.
Salmon.
Well, I think we've said many, many times that the tall guys get no shorter, the medium-sized guys get a little tireder, and that's a great example of that, isn't it?
Well, look at this mark. He's up against quality opposition there in Paul Roos. And of course, picked in the State of Origin squad for Victoria again. And he seems to be much ahead of his years, James Hurd. In experience, I just mean, Robbo, the way he plays the game.
Yes, maturity beyond his years. But Salmon has the shot for goal, a chance to kick his fourth.
He's kicked 3-2 so far. Salmon kicks, and the Bombers have finally hit the front. It's taken them 3 and a bit quarters. Essendon leading early in the last quarter, 14-9 to 13-10, the Bombers by 5 points.
Well, the two key position players there involved in that passage of play, and I think a move's been made. Zanotti now playing on James Hurd, and Paul Roos picking up Timmy Watson. Marcus Seekamp, a loose man in defence.
So can the Roys come back, Robbo?
Oh, they've got tremendous character. Don't count them down yet, Peter. Bounce in the centre's awkward. Manson gets the tap out. Lynch has got it. Gets it clear for Wine. Kick is blocked by O'Donnell. Awkward bounce. O'Donnell leaves it behind. Buick leaves it behind. Ross Lyon wanted the footy. In goes Michael Long. Kick off the ground was a very important possession, if you'd call it that, because Fitzroy were ready to swoop on the football, and Michael Long has taken it over the boundary line. Left half forward for Fitzroy. 2 kicks from their goal. Chance for Wind. Tries to get it for Boyd. Boyd's kick up to the 50-metre line. Harvey, Lynch has got it. Harvey appealing for the free kick, but it looked fairly clear that Lynch took a good mark.
Yes, I'd agree with that, Robbo. Just body on body. A bit of a push away there. I think Harvey was outstrengthed there by Alistair Lynch. If anything, Harvey seemed to be holding on to Lynch as he came back for the contest.
Well, Lynch's statistics quite impressive, but more importantly, Fitzroy need him to kick his 3rd goal. Good distance.
125 career goals for Alistair Lynch, and what a game we have on our hands here. Harvey gets taken high, and he'll take the free kick. I don't think too much doubt about that.
Well, Harvey with the attack on the ball, that didn't look good with Doc Wheildon jumping high in the air. Let's have a look at that again in replay. Well, I've commented a few times on incidents such as these throughout the season and been criticised for doing such. So I'll let you make up your own mind about that one.
It's your job to do that, Bernie. Comment on what you see.
Well, I think everyone saw that, Pete.
Hurd to half forward. Elliott to Roos. Thompson underneath it. Lyon late on the scene. Was there an infringement? Yes, says the umpire. Bomber to take the free kick. Thompson goes inboard. Up to the circle. Badly directed kick. Johnston to Broderick. Broderick inside the square. Wanganeen drops what he should have taken. McCarthy after him. Wanganeen to Danaher, who marks in front of Johnston. Danaher spending a lot of time on the boundary, over the boundary tonight on the bench. Plenty of experience as he comes in. Beautiful kick. Target is Mercuri.
It was a good kick, Peter.
Excellent kick.
Yep.
Well weighted. Mark Mercuri, one of the rookies at Windy Hill, Manson is in there, Roos is in there, no mark taken. Salmon, snapshot, kick it off the ground. He can't. And the ball is rushed through for one behind. So a point to Essendon in this thriller at the MCG. It levels the scores 14-10 as Paxman kicks in and prepares to under 21 minutes left in this match.
You prepared to try and tip a winner now?
Well, I said the Bombers earlier. I suppose you've got to stick to them, but it could go either way. It's a seesaw.
Kick in, Boyd, hand pass just a little awkward. Shaw grab, didn't have the football. Dunstan just a little bit stiff there, but the free kick was there. Watson's on his own at right half forward. Shaw goes in towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Salmon, O'Donnell, Hurd, punched away by Zanotti. Safety of the boundary line. Fitzroy, back line, under pressure. Scores level, 20 minutes left. Manson, who was terrific in the first half. Salmon doing the ruck work. Ball rebounds for Gale. Hand pass Broderick. In turn for Elliott. Elliott goes long and gets good distance with the kick out towards the wing. The mark was taken by Dunstan.
Could be 50.
And Shaw in trouble there.
A bit lucky. A bit lucky, Rick.
Dunstan has the mark.
Here we see a little bit of heavy work there by Shaw on Dunstan, but the umpire probably caught on the wrong side of that one.
Kick wide, Essendon cool in the crisis. Long has the football, loves to run with it, got plenty of pace. Second bounce, gets onto that favoured left foot, in towards centre half forward. Marking contest, no one can take it. James Hurd, just a little bump, and I didn't think there was much in that, but the free kick is with Seacamp. Away goes the hand pass for Broderick. Broderick into the centre, too far for Dunstan. Anthony Danaher loves to kick it long, a shocker. Kick it, shares it, Buick. Caught, but kicks it in towards full forward, and the mark is taken by Wine. Essendon making a few charges at Fitzroy. Fitzroy may go down the ground and could capitalise on Essendon's messing up. Manson, left half back, kicks it high, suits the Bombers. Good mark, Lynch, terrific mark.
Right.
Just wanted the footy.
And again came in for a little bit of attention. Not a well-delivered kick.
It was a shocker, wasn't it? Just wobbled off the boot there from Alistair Lynch. The player there on his own was Ross Lyon.
I think he was the target. Anyway, it was taken by Thompson. That's history. Denham. Danaher, now he can kick long, as we've said. Over the head of Hurd. And past Paxman as well. The boundary line is, the throw-in on the boundary line will be about 15 metres from the behind post. Salmon will contest for Essendon. And it's going to be Manson. Two players who have done sterling work for their sides tonight. One by Manson. Down to Hurd. Couldn't take it. Wine. Cop one. Zanotti's down as well. The attrition rate is pretty high. It's out of bounds again. This time a little bit closer to goal. And Zanotti, I think, is going to have a headache in the morning. Either from celebrating a win or that knock. If they win. Manson and Salmon. Watson, will he go off the ground? Roos takes the hand pass from Seacamp. It's a real up and under kick. Guard in front. Danaher at the back, past Gale. Mercuri, quick hand pass. Snapshot by Masiti. Here's a goal! Two of the baby Bombers combining, Mercuri and Masiti. And it was Masiti who kicked the goal, his second, 15-10 to 14-10, Essendon by a goal.
There's Masiti's second goal there. Good thump away by Danaher. Terrific stuff. He's done a good job since he's been in the ruck. Not usually noted for his play around that sort of area of the ground. And Joe Masiti, who's been averaging 28 possessions to be third in the competition, kicking a good goal for Essendon.
Essendon lead by 6 points, but Fitzroy not to be done with. Broderick, kick smothered by Buick. The race is on. Denham, little tap for Buick was good. Buick's kick into the pocket is very good. Hurd is marked 45 metres from goal. Disciplined kick to the front of the square. Salmon gets rid of his opponent unfairly. free kick to Fitzroy.
Well, I saw a couple of weeks ago a much more severe one than that with Jason Dunstall doing it on Silvani. He was awarded the mark. Oh, look, there was nothing in that. That is very tough decision.
In go the Bombers again. Watson. Salmon. Goal number 5. No, shares it. Mercedes for his third. He's missed. 2 goals, 1 to Joe Mercedes. And he's just kept on accumulating possessions. He's up to 14 and 9 after a quiet start. Essendon lead by 7 points. Kickett couldn't take the mark. Watson into the path of Hills. Hand pass. Mercedes misses.
There's real desperation there from Derek Kickett, throwing himself back there, putting his body in physical danger there because he was really cannon into. That little touch just providing the opportunity there for Mercedes.
Paxman to kick in. He went over the line, but that's a beautiful kick. Manson in front, Danaher behind, can't take the grab. Chance for Dunstan. Dunstan at midfield. Zanotti says go. Down, kicks inside 50. Chance for the Roys. McCarthy, he's good at kicking these. Turns, kicks. And he's kicked it! What a ripper!
Essendon 2 points, so it's 16-10 to 15-14. The Lions in front, 11 minutes remaining.
Fitzroy by 2 points. Boundary throw in centre wing, and we'll have another one. Just a little bit downfield.
I think I'd take a punt and put Salmon on the ball for the last 10 minutes, Bernie.
Yes, although you'd like to have 2 Paul Salmons, wouldn't you, Robbo? Someone up there who could take a grab. That was a good thump away there by Danaher, gained probably 15 to 20 metres from that boundary throw-in.
Ogger and Shaw. Too much distance with the kick. A flip in by Hurd.
What?
He's been penalised for
What's
a throw.
that for?
A throw, is it?
Oh. Well, Robbo, I'm with you. I'm astounded. I thought he just... And obviously, let's have a look at that. Oh, it might have been a scoop.
50 metres anyway.
Might have been a scoop. I think the one's at 50 metres been paid against Tim Watson again.
Buick ought to be careful. He might get booked for abusing the umpire.
So it's 2 against Timmy tonight, and he's got one himself. So he's down by 50 at the moment. Ruse runs on, runs around. Oh, good mark to Lynch.
He's best on the ground, Lynch.
He started off in fine fettle. I tell you what, he's played just about everywhere tonight.
Oh, he's been terrific.
That's the value, isn't it, of Alistair Lynch? You can play him full forward, full back, ruck, centre half forward, centre half back, all the key positions.
And he's kicked 3 goals too.
They moved him into the ruck last week when things were starting to tighten up against Collingwood.
Look at those stats.
He responded. He kicked a great goal in that last quarter to really seal the game. And he's in a similar position this week, Robbo.
So Lynch for his 4th goal. Right on 50. Goal umpire hasn't moved. He's got the goal. So Fitzroy hit back again in this titanic struggle at the MCG, and the Lions go to a lead of 8 points.
And Alistair Lynch really has taken over the mantle of probably the real player, the player that provides a spark in this Fitzroy side. We see him, he goes to the centre half forward, full forward, the ruck. He's got such sure hands, and his kicking for goal has improved over the last 3 or 4 weeks immensely.
8 points the difference now in favour of Fitzroy. Can they hang on? Wine can't get a clean possession. Dunstan almost gives it, in fact has given it to Denham. Straight down the middle from Denham. Salmon tries to scoop it up. Hurd again flips it out. This time to Watson. Runs into goal and puts it through. The difference is 2 points.
Oh, this is enormous footy.
Oh, terrific, isn't it? What a game.
3 goals to Watson.
There's some 2 points advantage to Essendon. Timmy Watson's kicked 3 goals all in his second half. He started off at centre half back in that first half, was moved there up into the forward line after half time. Look at James Hurd. That is terrific play. Just instinctive with that player.
Yep.
Instinctive play, he just knows what to do.
Watson value, Bernie, with 3 goals.
Oh, yeah, enormous value.
Struggled a little bit on the half-back line, but 3 goals certainly is a contribution from Tim. Fitzroy lead by 2 points, 9 minutes left. Bounce favours Anthony Danaher. Buick's kick smothered, but Anthony Danaher gets it back. Kick slews off the side of his boot. Good mark taken by Guard. Gives it away for Ruse. Ruse goes long. Good penetration with the kick. Oh, terrific mark again by Lynch. 9th mark 4 goals and 21 possessions.
And he fancies his chances here again, Robbo. He'll be kicking from around about 55 metres. He won't be much advanced on the centre square line here, actually, so it'll be an enormous kick if he kicks this one.
Fitzroy by 2 points. Lynch could make it 8 once again. Runs close to the man on the mark. Good distance. Gets to the goal line. Punched away by the Essendon defence and goes over for a boundary throw in about 25 metres around from the Fitzroy goal. 8 minutes left. Fitzroy by just 2 points.
In front of this 50,500 fans at the MCG tonight. Michael Long will clear for Essendon. Harvey got a fingernail to it. Zanotti. Lynch gives him backup support. By G's, quick, and he loves to run. Zanotti, oh, he was looking for McCarthy, but he's kicked it out of bounds.
Bounce right on the line too.
A bit of luck going Fitzroy's way there, and a picture tells the story, doesn't it, from Mark Zanotti. So boundary throw in, 40 metres from goal. Manson and Danaher. Manson in front. Quick kick by Dundas. Mark to McCarthy. Now the angle could beat him here. Not going to be too much light between the posts, but he's kicked a couple of great goals in this final quarter so far.
Yes, he has. He's been very dangerous. He didn't kick a goal, in fact, until this last quarter. And now with a chance to kick his third and to extend Fitzroy's lead to 8 points as Hills comes off and he's been replaced by Simons for Essendon.
Vital kick. With under 7 minutes left in this game. And McCarthy, judging by the crowd reaction, has missed, and so only one behind. He's kicked 2 goals, 1. Alessio on the boundary line, 3 points the difference.
I think it's important that they put a tall player into the ruck.
Well, we said that a few minutes back, Robbo. It hasn't happened yet. Flood will bring the ball back. Favours the member stand side. Danaher gets in front. O'Donnell out to Long, who can run. Guard in pursuit. Good long kick. Kick it at the back. Can't take it. Seacamp. Watson! Was he held?
He was. The umpire saw it.
Was there enough in that?
Well,
he did a free kick.
He did grab the Guernsey, only momentarily, I know.
Was he retarded though? This is the point.
Well, probably not. Probably not. Good to see. There it is. Look, he was held. He was held.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I think the umpire had to pay it.
Experience for Watson, who gets the goal. 4 goals to Tim Watson, who has certainly lifted after half-time.
Peter, it's a game where neither side really deserves to lose.
No, I'd love to see a draw be a great result.
I don't think we will, because of Essendon's, 3 points in front.
It's good to see, actually, Michael Long with a bit of dash and kicking the ball long out of defence.
Yeah, I agree, Bernie.
A couple of times he's messed around with finessing with this little short stuff. He got the ball long and direct into the forward line.
6 minutes left. Essendon now lead by 3 points. O'Donnell smothered by Broderick, smothered by Buick. Still there. Elliott got the footy, gets it out. Goes back. Alessio in all sorts of trouble. The umpire's letting it go. Long gets clear and goes long again. Watson into the contest. Does well. Ball rebounds. James Hurd making something of it, as is Boyd for Fitzroy. Ball held in 30 metres from the Essendon goal. Important possession for Fitzroy here. Salmon doing the ruck work. James Manson, Dundas caught.
Leg.
Seacamp, advantages with the Lions. Seacamp clear of halfback. Goes long. Anthony Danaher. Back goes Simons. Gets past. Little hand pass. Shares it with Anthony Danaher. Simons, player on his own. Buick runs into an open goal from 50 metres. Darren Buick has kicked a good goal for the Bombers. I was nearly going to say Bernie the Sealer, but you wouldn't say anything, would you? In this game of footy that has just seesawed since half-time.
Well, that's a pretty important break though for the Bombers. 9 points now. Here we see Simons. He's in the interstate squad, the State of Origin squad for Western Australia. and passing it to another member of that squad in Darren Buick. And Buick, look at this kick, a torpedo on the run. They're pretty hard to kick on the, actually a standing torpedo. And that one from 55 metres, what an important goal.
Well, Darren Buick, important goal, as Bertie said, for the Bombers. Is it enough? Ollerenshaw from Masiti. Kick it! Who's done little all night, has taken the mark. 7 and 4 for Kickett, only 11 possessions. He's had a stint on the bench, and if he kicks this, maybe it could be the sealer.
I think, Peter, now if you tip Fitzroy, you'd start to be very worried about things.
Derek Kickett going to take plenty of time here. But what a match this has been. A draw would be a good result. I'm not going to get that. It's a goal. 2 goals, 3 to Derek Kickett. Then you'd have to say, with 15 points up and 4 minutes remaining, Essendon should win from there.
But he's fourth, Zanotti, and then the siren sounded. Essendon by 4 points. Salmon and Watson both got 4 goals after half-time. Lynch got 4 and Wheildon 4 for Fitzroy. As we check the ladder, it really was a terrific match, and the Bombers are into the 6 tonight, and poor Fitzroy go from 4th to 7th. Tomorrow, North Melbourne against Collingwood. What a game that'll be. West Close Place in Kilda and Footscray Hall.